Mhlanga in Vuwani, Limpopo. Good evening, Elijah, and thank you so much for joining us. Now, what was the outcome of today's meeting between the Bavenda King chiefs and the Interministerial Committee?
Good evening, Lulu. Thank you very much. The outcome of today's meeting was the agreement that we all needed to condemn the violence, condemn the burning down of public property, and call for calm to return to the communities so that government services can be returned as well, because as you could see in that package, we were not able to access all the schools today, even with the escort of the police, and most of the roads remained blockaded, and some schools were still deserted as well. And the priority now is to make sure that we protect the schools that have not been touched, and we were also informed that police had been deployed and the numbers had been increased to make sure that schools that have not been targeted remain protected, and everyone must respect that.
Now, Elijah, what are the possible solutions put forward by affected parties?
The key one is that of dialogue. It's important that we find a way to begin to engage members of the community in that area. But one of the challenges that we face is the fact that the protest currently has no visible leaders. You are not able to find anyone to talk to, and that's been one of the challenges. But the Interministerial Committee established by the Premier in Limpopo is working very hard on the ground to find a way to communicate with the people that are behind the protest to ensure that there's communication that will eventually lead to a peaceful resolution to this matter. But secondly, we need to begin to think as education of ways of restoring some semblance of normalcy in the area, because we have been to schools that have been targeted. We have seen the devastation that has taken place there. Records have been destroyed, books have been fertilized, and schools have been completely destroyed. I mean, you could even see from the images that you were showing there, it's completely devastating. So we need to think of immediate measures that are going to be put in place to assist the learners that are not currently in school. But before we can get there, we need to make sure that calm returns to the area for us to be able to do all of that work.
Now, Elijah, you speak of the fact that before anything else is done, calm has to be restored in the areas. What exactly did the interministerial meeting taking place today with the Bavenda King and the chiefs in the area, what did they come up with in terms of solutions? Because as we saw in the clip, 60,000 children out of school presently, and exams are coming up in, I think it's June, sometime this year. What exactly is going to happen going forward to ensure that these kids are not disadvantaged going forward?
The issue of restoring law and order was key, because even if we have a recovery plan of education, if we do not obtain the cooperation and agreement of the affected communities, our plan is bound to fail. So it's important that we quickly establish lines of communication with the people behind the protest, sit down with them, and be able to have a discussion. The traditional leadership has committed to making that happen. They have made their input on how they believe the situation can be sorted out, and we believe in the next few days the IMC will be able to make progress. We're encouraged by the involvement and interest from various stakeholders who turned up for the meeting today, and the commitment to ensuring that law and order is restored, and freedom of movement is also allowed for government to begin to make it towards restoring everything there to operate as normal. So we remain confident that the situation will be resolved, because today's meeting did show that everyone at the highest level is interested in seeing the community there returning to the normal business, because shops are not operational. Children, we pass them, we're playing on the road. Roads are blockaded. There are helicopters flying over the community. You cannot live like that. It's not normal. We need to make sure that it comes to an end so that we can restore education for the kids.
Now, Elijah, let's speak about the issue of the damage that has been done to a lot of the schools. Where are the funds to rebuild the schools going to come from?
That is one big challenge that government needs to face, because we generally do not have money set aside to rebuild schools that have been deliberately destroyed in a manner it has happened. All the money that gets allocated to education goes to priorities. It gets committed to planned work that was scheduled to be accomplished in this financial year or even in the next financial year. Right now, we sit with a situation where already Limpopo was experiencing a huge backlog when it comes to school infrastructure. So this is a huge setback. There is no budget, but a plan will have to be made. A discussion will still take place once an assessment has been conducted and we know the full extent of the damage that has been caused. But I can tell you that to build a standard size school, it costs millions, up to 30 million rand. In here we're talking about more than 20 schools that have been damaged, most of them with all facilities, with all the records destroyed. So it will take more than just money to recover what has taken place. But you find that a history of a school has been entirely decimated to the teaching of the school. So we have a huge mountain to climb ahead of us, and alone as education will not be in a position to sort out the situation. We need the cooperation of everyone, other government departments, provincial, local departments, traditional, religious leaders, and even community leaders, learners, teachers, everyone, teacher union, civil society. We really need to come on board, sit down, and find a way forward.
Now, what arrangements are being made for schooling to continue? Is that a possibility?
It is a possibility if camp can be restored. We are already making plans to provide mobile classrooms as soon as the situation can be normalized. But at the moment, that plan is not realizable because the mobile classrooms themselves could be damaged if we take them there, whereas the situation remains as well as we have seen today. So we will first need to make sure that we work with our stakeholders in the area to try calm down the emotions in that area, make sure that we find alternative ways of negotiating, we find other ways of communicating, and find channels that will make sure that people feel free to talk and they can see that a solution can be found. And once we've been able to do that, it becomes possible, therefore, to put in place a plan that can help us recover, particularly the lost teaching and learning time.
Now, Elijah, have there been any indications of how long this process will take with regards to restoring calm in the area and ensuring that all parties involved, all leaders are brought to the table for the discussions to take place and the negotiations to take place to ensure that calm is restored and children are able to return to school, and what is going to happen going forward? Is Vuwani and Mashawa going to be left in the Makhado municipality? What exactly is the situation as we speak?
Well, that is a matter of the demarcation board to consider together with the Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs. The police are playing a part in terms of ensuring that peace is maintained in that area. But the Interministerial Committee established by the Premier in Limpopo is permanently stationed there until such time that the resolution has been found. We have seen several meetings taking place on a daily basis. Visits are being made to see different people who can assist in bringing solutions to the area, and people are coming forward to express their willingness to assist, and they're coming with suggestions that are seemingly going to be helpful. So we see that people are dedicating their time and resources to ensuring that the situation there is normalized, and that gives us confidence that we need to see, because we urgently need to find a solution. So we believe that in a few days the situation will be restored such that those schools that can continue business can do so. Those that need to be fixed, we can start the business of doing that. But where we can bring mobile classrooms, we should be able to do so, because we know that there's about 52,000 learners who are affected and 50 schools that are totally shut down, with the 24 that are currently damaged. So all of that work means that as a department, we have a lot of work to do, because already time has been lost, but we've also lost essential documents, essential records that we need for our education business to operate in Elijah,
thank you so much for joining us. We have to leave it there for now.